What is going on, everyone? So, I have been instructed by Jeremy and Carmela over at CJM Farms to get my butt in gear and make a video. I have been taking so much footage over the last little bit, but I haven't actually taken the time to edit a video. A lot has changed, a lot has been going on, so I will just get right into it and fill you guys in on all the good things. I don't think there's been any bad, but I'll fill you guys in anyways of everything that has been going on.
Don't forget like, share, subscribe, and Papa.
You tell everybody hi, Miss Becca. Give me paw. Paw. Good girl. Let's go check on the goats. Hi guys, we're gonna go ahead and check on the goats. For those of you that don't follow us over on Facebook or Instagram, which if you wanted to, those links are down in the description below. But we have 5 goats now. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you guys all the additions. So you guys already know Mr. Aiden. Mr. Aiden's a love bug and he's gonna pull on my dress until I pet him. And here's Mr. Malcolm, and he's doing really well. Yes, see, he stopped biting me since I started petting you, huh? And then we have Mr. Cash. This guy's name was actually put up for a vote over on our Facebook page, and we couldn't decide whether we wanted Johnny or Cash, but we went with Cash. Mr. Cash is a buckling. He's pygmy. He's not Nigerian dwarf. And he's got, look at here, he's got his little wattles. He's got one black and one white. Oh, and there's the kitty. She has this new thing where she must miss her mama or something because she thinks her earlobes are something for her to nurse on. So, hey, but she's beautiful and she's such a good cat, aren't you? Hey, Georgia, you see something, squirrel? So, for right now, we have the chickens in here. There's 2. There's 4 because we are actually getting some more birds tomorrow. So I have to clean out the chicken coop. They're at my feet. I have to clean out the chicken coop and get it all set and ready for the new girls that are coming tomorrow. And we are going to trap into the coop for about a week so they get to know that that's their home and they don't just take off when they get here. They'll know that that's a safe spot. That's what we did with the chickens that we have, and it worked out really well. And it also gives a chance for the old and the new chickens to kind of get to know one another, integrate them, because these girls here that we already have, they already know the routine and the property, but they're not used to having other birds. So Mr. Aiden. Oh. So, we are going to integrate the chickens in about 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks time, and put them together at nighttime. So hopefully that works, but it also gives them a chance to get to know one another through a fence and make sure everything's okay with the new chickens that we're bringing in. So for the last couple of days, hi Malcolm, for the last couple of days we have kept the chickens, oh there's our eggs, but we have kept the chickens in here. We built this little area originally for when we got Cash, but we built this little area and a little roost just temporary until we can put the chickens all together in about a week and a half. So they will have spent 2 weeks in the barn. Since we've last spoken, we have lost 2 of our chickens. Not to predators though. We actually lost them to our daughter's dog. So we've learned our lesson. The first one, I think it was totally by accident. She was she's never chased after them before, and she kind of got to one, and Mike had to finish the job and take care of her, and unfortunately it was the only one that I did name, which was Quinn, and she was the lightest bird. She was the bird that got me comfortable with chickens, and also she's gonna be the first bird, or she was the first bird that I got to clean, because we are getting meat birds, so I wanted to practice. So my first chicken that made me feel good about chickens, and the first chicken that I cleaned and gutted for the first time, because we are going to be doing our own meat birds, which we're also picking up tomorrow. And then the second chicken that was gone, Nova got out one day and got to one of the chickens. We're pretty sure, we don't have proof, but both her and the chicken went missing that day, and we took a little while to find Nova. Fortunately, it's what happens when, you know, you run the risk when you have dogs. It could happen. So we are down to, where am I? We are down to 4 chickens. However, we are picking up, I think 5 tomorrow. We're getting 5. And they're different breeds. So then we'll be back up to 9. And my cousin Sandy also has a rooster for me, because we were supposed to be getting a rooster tomorrow as well, but they didn't have enough hatch out. So we are put on a waiting list to see if one hatches out for the second time. But my cousin Sandy approached me and asked if I would be interested in getting one of her roosters that she hatched out for the first time this year. So yes, I would love to have one of her roosters. So we're going to get that in the near future, that guy. And he is, I believe, an Easter egger mixed with a barred rock. Not 100% sure, but he's beautiful nonetheless. So we're still going to introduce a rooster no matter what. It just may not have been the, what kind did I get again? The Silver Laced Wyandotte. It won't be that one. He is like a teenage boy right now, and he's very stubborn and wants to get in here. So this here is June. Hi, June. And this here is Miss B. She loves her loves, yes. She was very, very shy, but now she is a love bug. She's skittish, so she does jump here and there. She was one that we had picked out a while ago. She's beautiful. Her spotting is beautiful. And she's got a really good temperament. She's about just over 4 months old. And then when we went to go get her, we discovered that this girl, who we named June, was available. And so we wanted to keep them together because they're from the same flock, herd. Mr. Aiden. That spitting noise, because I think she might be coming into her first heat. Hey, baby. Because she was born, I think, in March, and I think she was born in February. So I'll have to double check my phone to see if that was their birth date, because I have messages with where we got them from. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Melanie for these girls. They have been a wonderful addition to the barn and to the homestead. They are fitting in wonderfully. We actually got them near where we used to live in Durham region. So for all of my Durham region friends and family, I just wanted to give her a shout out because she was so accommodating, awesome to deal with, and I would love to send some business her way. If you are in or around the Durham region, she has a pet boarding business as well. So it's called Just 4 Paws Pet Boarding. And I will leave her information to how you can get in touch with her down in the description below. And again, if you're in the Durham region area and ever need to board your pets, I highly recommend, just from even what I saw, the area, the farm, it's very clean, very lovely to deal with, and I wanted to give them a shout out. So, thank you again so much, Melanie. It was awesome to be able to get these girls, and 2 of them too. Yes, I know, Miss B. You are a love bug, aren't you? I didn't even have to bribe you with treats. No. I miss June. I miss June. You're a love bug too, aren't you? Yeah. Yes. Miss B is like, excuse me, where's mine? Yes. Oh, yes. You just want the love. So our hope is to have this guy, Mr. Aiden. Hi, buddy. He's the coolest dude ever. Eventually be a daddy for one of these girls' babies, so we can start milking in the future. And I've come to realize I absolutely love having goats. I love these guys. I want to get to know more about how to get into like the whole registered side of things, like having registered goats and breeding. And it's like, I'm not going to do it right yet. I'm taking some time to get to know things, but maybe in the next year or two. I definitely am very interested, but I have no idea where to start. These guys aren't registered, so obviously my herd wouldn't be started by these guys, but they're my first guys and girls, so they're going to be with me until the end of their time, I guess. But I'm very interested in getting to know how to get into all of that. So if you have any idea, we are in Ontario, Canada, so if you have any idea, please let me know. So we are going to go over to my garden, but before we get there, I'm going to warn you. I worked so hard, and Mike did, planting all of those beautiful tomatoes and plants and peppers. And I'm not going to say that we slacked, because we didn't. We kept busy, but we didn't keep busy with what we should have. So next year will be a lot better because we have set up the garden a little bit. But some of the plants, I'm hoping that they come back, but they do look pathetic right now. So some of the plants I'm hoping will come back. We planted them back in March, or like started them from seed back in March. So some of them I may have stunted their growth. But I am going to work hard on a fall garden. There's no excuse really. Oh, one of the goats got out. Malcolm. It's alright, they always get back in. But there's no excuse. There's no excuse for me. We decided at the last minute to change our garden area. And we also decided we wanted to have some raised beds. And then during having the raised beds, we discovered that it's a lot of work to cut down trees and notch them and make plants or garden beds. So it's only half done, the garden beds, and then we decided to lay down the plastic again, which I didn't want to do, but we decided to lay down the plastic because Mike started a new job, and so he wouldn't have been here as much because he is working full-time right now, and he wouldn't have been here as much. So I said, you know what, we'll build beds over the next little bit, and then for next year we'll be fully prepared instead of trying to do it all at once. So I don't know if I'm making sense here, but long story short, he started working. I wanted to take a load of work off of him because we still have so much that we're going to do this summer. So we laid down the plastic tarp so I could plant some of my plants. And I want to give a big thank you to some people who came over and helped me set the garden up, get stuff in the ground, and get my tushy in gear. I got burnt out, and I think that's what happened. And it happens to me from time to time. Like, I'll just go through this phase of life where I'm like, I work super hard, and then I do burn myself out, and then I just want to avoid people, avoid a lot of things for a period of time, and then I bounce back. So I think that did happen for sure, but I'm okay with every time it does because I know that I work my tushy off in the grand scheme of things. I don't know, and I just realized that it's part of who I am, and I'm okay with that. It's just something that I do. I just go away for a little bit and just tune stuff out, and I still continue my daily, but I just get burnt out. In a nutshell, with everything that's been going on around like the house, like Mike had to go to Michigan because of his dad, and thankfully his dad is on the mend and things are going well. But then when Mike came back, he had to quarantine for 2 weeks, but he had to quarantine with us for 2 weeks. So we were quarantined and couldn't go out, couldn't do anything. We were all fully stocked and prepared for it, but we couldn't do anything for 2 weeks, going out wise, I should say. And then right after quarantine ended, we took our grandson for a week. Mike started a new job in the meantime. That's going to be my excuse for the garden. And I just want to point this out there too. They're not excuses. They're reasons as to why I am the way I am. I quit smoking back in December, and in 2020, I haven't had any nicotine. I've been off of, because normally when I quit smoking, I would take like a lozenge. So I've been off all nicotine, no lozenges, no nothing. And I haven't had any since December 30th, which by the way is my birthday. But, and I put on quite a bit of weight. So now I'm starting to lose it again. But I allowed myself 6 months of you do what you got to do, boo-boo, to get out of the smoking habit. And it has been, oh look. A dragonfly just landed on my hand. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? How did I capture that? I was just sitting here and I put my hand up because I'm a talker with my hand. That was super cool. Sorry, that was pretty cool. But anyways, as I was saying, I put on quite a bit of weight, and now I'm losing it. Because I'm becoming more active and I'm trying to get myself out of that zone. But I put on some weight and I've been blah. I'm not gonna lie, I've been blah, right? But I'm so super stoked. This is the first time in my life where, well, since I started smoking at 16, and I have no desire to go back, which is weird. But I'm done with it. And so I allowed myself to go through that. You do whatever you need to do to get rid of the smoking. And so I did. And so now my body is like, I gained 35 to 40 pounds when I quit smoking. And I was okay with that. I don't like it, but I'm okay with that because now my focus, instead of smoking, is getting my tushy into gear to lose the weight that I gained. And yeah, this was all trying to preface my garden. So warning, it's not the garden that I'm proud of, but I am going to do a fall garden, so you have to stick around for that. So from afar, here is what we're doing. The only things that do look awesome, I will say, these are my one bed of potatoes. We're going to have some radishes and stuff growing here. Some beautiful flowers that a neighbor named Sarah gave me. So we have more potatoes here and here. Onions are looking fantabulous. We have some Jerusalem artichoke that a neighbor gave us, and we are going to find a place to put that, but for now we're keeping it alive in a container. Our sad and pathetic, we have kale and cucumbers, and zucchini are doing really well, but the rest of it's not. We have some peppers here, and they're doing okay. Some of them are doing better than others. But I'm going to link a video from Jeremy and Carmela at CJM Farms. Again, thank you for pushing my butt into gear. But I'm going to link a video to his garden where it's at, and the look of his peppers. Oh, no, kitty. The look of his peppers it blows me away. I don't know what you did to them, but they look beautiful, Jeremy and Carmela. And then the rest is just blah. So again, we'll see if it turns out. At least I got them in the ground. But we are going to save the rest of this tarp area for some more beds that will build slowly over time and my fall garden. Okay guys, I gotta start cleaning out, and then maybe this afternoon I'll let you girls out to go graze. What do you say? You say you'd like that? So, all I'm gonna do in here is kind of just rake everything out, put some fresh, put it in compost, and put some fresh shavings down inside and outside the coop. Look, I have some eggs in there.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So, I worked up a sweat and a half in there. Must be all that weight. I got the majority of the bottom all raked out. I am going to give it one more raking out. I got to clean out the actual coop. So what I'm going to do with this beautiful composted chicken poop and dirt and wood chips is put it directly into my garden. There isn't, I gotta wet it down, but there isn't any fresh poop in here, but there's a lot of nutrients. So I'm gonna add a little bit of composted horse manure as well, just to give it a little bit more soil, because it is a lot of wood chips, but this is gonna make for a really good garden bed. So maybe that'll be my excuse for Mike to make one more, and then that will be the start of my fall garden. We are going to fill this, we're going to wash down, that's why we put linoleum. We're going to wash down this mat, clear all this out, wash down the linoleum mat, bring in their water, bring in their food container, also some oyster shells, which is calcium for them, and some grit. Our hope for July is to finally tear down the front entrance that was a mess. I've done a video on that too, and make it into a front porch. We're also getting the new chickens, and I want to look at some electrical fencing so that I can let the goats out to free range. So for July, I mean, that's a lot with Mike working full time. So hopefully you guys are well, staying safe wherever you are, and we will talk to you soon.